Good morning and welcome to Washington Live. We are powered by KCTC. I am joined by my super producer, Alex Snyder, who has got a full 3 weeks under your belt now.
3 weeks now.
Time flies, doesn't it, Alex?
Yeah, it does.
Hey, we're a little bit late, but we'll talk about that in a second. We're also joined today by John Greiner. Good morning, John.
Good morning.
John is with Cat's Grain, and I'm kind of, I don't have a ton of questions, but they're going to come, John. We're going to learn about what you do in your grain marketing and everything about that. So thanks for taking a little time this morning to school us all on the
Thanks for having me.
wonderful world of grain marketing and whatever else.
It's wild.
Okay, Alex, we're late.
We are.
How many messages did we get? Why are we late?
I can't say we got any, to be honest.
Well, make something up, John. All right, Alex, so the problem was IT came in here and pushed some buttons and did some this and that. And
Well, he's trying to get us to stream from just the board, not the software, so he had it set up a different way.
So you've got it straightened out.
Yeah.
It took a little time.
Yeah, it took a little time.
John and I stayed in our own seats while you did all this button pushing and whatever else was going on there. But hey, we're here. Thanks for joining us and thanks for your patience. Today's weather, much nicer than today, but it does say high of 97. I didn't think it was supposed to get that warm. But I think the dew point's down just a little bit. So hot the last 3 days or so.
Terrible.
I'm an air conditioning kind of guy, plain and simple, and I will be there most of today too. But sunny and warm, high of 97. It says chance of storms. I watched the weather last night. There's not one chance in hell we're going to have a storm down here.
Hey, KC, the one.
That's way up north. Don't you agree, John?
There was some rain on
in
the
Washington,
radar.
4 p.m. I saw some.
Yeah. So they got scattered chances, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll believe it
when it's
I see
scattered here. It's really scattered.
But
one block can have a shower and the other block cannot. So anyway, warm today, cooling off this weekend. We're getting back to more seasonal temperatures next week. Tonight we'll have a low of 67 and partly cloudy. High of 83 tomorrow is what it says. We have some community events. We have the Iowa SIDS Foundation Walk tomorrow, starting at 8:30 in the morning at Sunset Park. That's been going on for a while, I think.
Has it?
But I mean, not like decades, but it's been going on for a while because I can remember seeing this before. But I would suggest that there's a website somewhere that somebody can learn more about that because I don't have a lot of information. Just show up.
Chamber of Commerce.
what time's that? Does it say?
8:30. 8:30 at Sunset
downtown.
Park.
Be a good excuse to get out and get some exercise on.
And it'll be
Saturday morning.
nice tomorrow. I think,
Well.
it'll be in the,
The high in the mid 80s.
well, yeah, but in the morning it should be 70, something like that. Also on Saturday from 8 p.m. until 2 is Victorian View's public ghost hunt.
That sounds fun.
I do think that's fun. Are either of you one of those that can go into a building and feel heebie-jeebies?
No.
Not really,
neither.
but I guess if you turn the lights on, or turn the lights off, I get the EBGBs anywhere I go, I guess. But yeah, I guess you never lose that as a kid.
Well, I don't know what all that entails, but I know Victorian View has a website, and there's probably more information on the Chamber website. You can go to the Chamber; they're a wealth of information. But that sounds like fun. I don't know what my schedule is.
Where's that at?
The easiest for me to say is the
it the Bolt?
the Ivanovich House.
Oh, that's where
That's
it is.
now Victorian View,
Okay.
and they
I've heard
turn that
there's-
into a lovely event center.
I heard that there's.
I thought it was is it like a haunted house?
Oh, I don't think it was ever haunted. I stayed there as a kid with my
They
friends.
say
that lived
now
there.
there's. I don't know. Wasn't there an article in the paper or something about it? I think there was.
There was a ghost.
That they say that
Yeah?
funky stuff goes on there.
All right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Hey,
Anyway, they're having a ghost hunt there tomorrow evening from 8 until 2.
who are you going to call?
Ghostbusters. It has to be out there, doesn't it? All right, so a couple good things going on, and the weather's getting nicer, so get out and enjoy what Washington has to offer. Police report. Somebody called in to the city and said a dump truck kicked up a rock and cracked his windshield. Yep, that happens. Nothing too exciting about that, and I suppose you just do that just so your insurance knows. But probably the most dangerous thing in the world is 3 goats got loose, and they're just about to get on Highway 92. And
They're probably rabid.
there's nothing worse than a wild goat. And so thank God the owners were found and taking care of it. In Iowa City, somebody thought he got poisoned at work because he drank some coffee, and now he has a serious case of heartburn.
That'll happen.
That's most likely, that's a poisoning.
I mean, I don't drink coffee, so I don't know.
I don't either.
Probably drank more than one. You got to be careful.
I came in with my instead of Mountain Dew, I either have a Mountain Dew on Fridays or a Triple M, and today I've got a Peach Please Triple M. No coffee for Tim.
He didn't bring us one, did he?
No.
I did not. I never know if you guys bring your own thing or not. So
It looks good.
they are good. Somebody else called in and said they hear some guy screaming and carrying on in the basement, whatever that means.
I don't know what carrying on meant. What is carrying
Carrying
on?
on?
Carrying
Oh,
on.
just maybe throwing things around, just not acting correct. That's kind of an older term.
You get that every day.
Alex,
in our house.
Alex, you would not understand that.
I thought of the
with
song.
3 kids, you
Three
get
kids,
carrying on.
They do that.
Somebody called and said someone is stealing his dogs 2 years ago, and drugs in the house, and he wanted the police to go make contact with the residents to check on his dog and look for his drugs.
It's a confusing one.
There's a smart drug addict there. Let's just call it what it is. That's a smart dude calling the police for that. Well, takes all kinds. Alex, John, let's take a break and we'll come back and let's learn about cat brain.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank.
When you aspire to be a dancer, you are both an artist and an athlete. Your strength combines with beauty and grace seamlessly. Your efforts result in enhanced coordination, the ability to cooperate and compromise with others, and the confidence to perform in front of an audience. Not to mention the fun you will have and the lifelong friendships you will develop. We are enrolling now for fall classes, and we would love to see you shine like the star that you are. Join us for Dance and Tumbling at Stairway to the Stars. Please visit our website for online registration.
Hospice isn't a place, it's a type of care that focuses on living. Servicing a 7-county area, the Hospice of Washington County staff of nurses, social work, hospice aides, spiritual and grief support, volunteers, music and massage therapists are able to provide free end-of-life care where the patient lives. We write wills, give consent for organ donation, but rarely is there a plan for what we would want the final phase of our lives. At Hospice of Washington County, we encourage our patients to be in charge of their healthcare decisions while maintaining quality of life.
Family owned and operated by Andy and Sarah Ross. Ross Auto has been your vehicle repair and maintenance headquarters since 1935. We specialize in all makes of cars and light-duty trucks. With our variety of available services, let us help you keep rolling and your vehicle operating efficiently. Services include general auto repair, alignments, brakes, fuel injection, and more. Schedule your appointment today at 319-653-5656. That's 319-653-5656.
Come and discover the perfect blend of fashion and home decor at Purposefully You Boutique and Home. Find that love it, gotta have it outfit or rustic farmhouse decor. Take one of our DIY sign workshops or rediscover a treasured piece of furniture with Annie Sloan Chalkmate. Conveniently located at 107 West 2nd Street in Washington in the Carson Plumbing Building 1 block north of the downtown square. Purposefully You Boutique and Home, where we are here to inspire you.
Hey, Andrea, why was Cinderella so bad at soccer?
I don't know.
She kept running away from the ball.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
Good morning and welcome back to Washington Live. We are powered by KCTC. I do have my super producer, Alex Snyder, to my right, who's got all the buttons pushed and knobs turned the right way. But enough about you, Alex. We're going to talk to John Greiner. John is with Cat's Grain, located about a block north of here, yes?
Yep, just south of Fairway.
Yeah. John, what's Cat's Grain?
So I would just say the easiest thing to describe Cat's Grain would be to first check out our website, which is Cat's Grain. It's with a K, KATSGRAIN.com. And on the website, you'll see, right there, smack in the middle, we got the weather, then we got the corn, soybean, hog, cattle futures, producers, customers, anyone can check out, see what the grain markets are doing. And then on the left side, we have tabs, different tabs you can check to view different pages, obviously. But our most popular one would be what I printed off here, is the cash bid page. And so essentially that's kind of what Cat's Grain is our business is to give our customers the best grain bid possible, the best corn bid, the best soybean bid. So when it comes to like a producer marketing corn, you can see here, I guess haven't counted them, but
we don't have this pulled, so and the public can't see this, can they?
I can add it right now.
Are you okay with that? If you put
absolutely,
that up? Yeah. All right.
And so what you'll see is there's literally a dozen to 15 literally places that a producer can market their corn. So you have farmer Joe out here, and let's just say he's still got some old crop corn sitting in a bin here before harvest. He needs to get rid of it because he's going to need space.
Yeah, so the whole idea, let's back up just a minute. So the farmer plants their corn, their product, their grains. They harvest it in the fall, and most of them store that either on site on their farms or at a co-op or something like that, right?
Sure.
Waiting for the market to make some fluctuations.
Correct.
The grain market, hopefully to time everything just right to sell that product at the highest possible dollar amount, right?
Right. So coming into harvest, prices are typically at their lowest in October, November, just because we have a huge supply available.
Because everybody's kind of held on for that high, and then it gets to a point where, well, I've got to have room for the next year's crop, so I've now got to sell.
Right. So here coming into the 1st of September, the old crop has to move, and we got new crop readily available too. So it's a seasonal low. And so what producers do is they build more bins and that kind of stuff to store that crop so they don't have to sell it in a seasonal low September, October, November. And the idea is that, yes, you put it in your grain bin. Let's just say, prices for October are $4.50 a bushel for corn. They'll put it in their bin and hope to sell it for $5 to $5.50, in the winter or next spring or summer. So
because you never know when there can be a world event that could change the market that quick.
Right. Weather is huge. The United States is the number one producer of corn and soybeans in the world, or we were. Now Brazil has come on, I think took us over for number one in soybeans.
I thought that they'd be picking up on beans.
Right. And so they are now the world's biggest exporter of soybeans. And so they're growing, their seasons are opposite of ours. So where we're harvesting going into cooler weather, they're going to start planting November, October, late October, November, because they're starting to warm up. So their growing season is huge. So in the winter, we have we're watching the weather in South America. We're not obviously watching it here.
Yeah.
But it just gives the market fluctuation. And so
but probably less fluctuation in the soybean market if Brazil, the new number one producer, is their crops coming on at the opposite time ours does. So it's probably a little more stable throughout.
Not really. I mean, our U.S. markets are very volatile during our growing season. Historically always have been.
Okay.
And what has happened now, though, is that they keep expanding more acres. They're clearing more forest. They're expanding acres. And now all of a sudden we have a weather market for them December through March. And
they can go through spells of not good weather too.
And then you throw in Ukraine now and
Yeah.
Russia, and I think Ukraine was the third highest exporter of wheat, and I want to say they're number 4 and 5 in corn and soybeans.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal. Anyway, so you just never know, and so that's kind of our business is, and obviously
It's
the producer.
your business to know.
Well, yes. I mean, so when they call us, they want to know, what's going on. What's your market opinion? Do you think corn and soybeans are going to go up? Do you think they're going to go down? Whatever. And of course, we tell them our opinion. But the producer also wants the best price possible, right?
Yeah.
Everyone does.
Yeah.
So we, instead of that producer, having to look at 15 different websites or, call around to 10 different places or whatever, Cat's Grain, we put them all together on one page, and Cat's Grain takes a 2 cent a bushel commission.
Okay.
And so that's how we, generate revenue. And so we post all of the bids on our website, and I guess that's how we do it. And it's
right
a benefit. It's a benefit to our customers to know that we're going to give them the best price. And so obviously our main draw area is kind of like from the Sigourney area up through kind of Deep River, Williamsburg, and then Interstate 80 closer to Cedar Rapids. That's kind of our radius down to Mount Pleasant, Muscatine. And so obviously we know where the customer is located. And so we're going to give them the best bid for their freight difference. And so about half of producers have their own trucks and haul their own grain. Half of them don't. And so the half that don't, we line up.
So you arrange the trucking.
We line up trucking for them. And we know what it costs to get corn from point A to point B. And so obviously everyone's got a different price. But, just to say like Cedar Rapids might be 30 cents higher than where we are locally right now. Well, trucking to get up there is about 30 cents. So a lot of your producers that have their own truck aren't going to go up there for that. Now, producers that don't have their own truck probably will, because it's going to cost them 10 cents to haul local, or 12, but they can get it to Cedar Rapids for 30. So if they can net 10 cents better off the farm, then they're going to do that.
Yeah, because 10 cents makes a big difference when you're talking thousands and thousands.
Oh, absolutely. Well, yeah, anything. Yeah. So obviously that's kind of Cat's Grain. So we want to get the customer the best bid. And one thing, that we do is they can maybe sell to different locations and have all of those bushels on one grain settlement sheet.
Oh.
So they don't have to worry about getting checks from different locations, that kind of stuff.
I see.
If they ever want, reports on, hey, what do we have sold, or what have we sold, or how much dollars have we can give them a report just in one stop, instead of having numerous different apps and stuff like that.
Because some of these larger farmers, they have locations scattered where it might make sense to go from one place to another.
It's supply and demand. So like right now, kind of our local pork producers, that's one, we set the bids and originate corn for local pork producers here.
Okay.
So we would set the bids. You can see them on our sheet for Brenneman, JWV, KL Gent, Searin, CNR Pork is up in Hill. These are all pork producers that we set the bids for, because we know they tell us how much corn they need to buy for their grind to keep the hogs fed.
Yeah.
And so obviously us being, we originated in corn for them being a buyer, an end user, they want to buy that corn as cheap as possible.
Sure.
Well, the corn customers that we have want to sell it for as high as possible. And so we basically, it's a give and take, but so we have two different ends. We want to keep our customers happy there, but yet, the hog producers want to source it as cheap as possible. And so it's just simply supply and demand. And so when our pork customers haven't got their needs bought, or maybe
they're going to have to
maybe
pump
they
up
need
their
to
bid.
get some more bought here like sooner than later because we're not getting enough bought, then we'll have to improve the basis. The basis is the cash bid versus the Chicago Board of Trade. We'll have to improve the basis.
The difference between the two?
The difference between the two is called the basis.
Okay.
And the basis fluctuates based on your needs. And so we'll improve the basis to get more bought. And then when we get plenty bought, we'll back it off.
Yeah. Okay.
And so that's just it. And these things are changing daily,
sometimes
more than once a day during the day. And so that's basically Cat's Grain in a nutshell. The cash bids is kind of our number one hit page. We, of course, help producers with their grain marketing. I myself do grain marketing for producers on the side. So they could hire me to actually make those sales for them.
So let's talk about that just for a second. So the farmer goes in, everything's in the bin, harvest is over. He calls John up and says, John, do what you do. And then you take care of all the marketing for all the corn and soybean.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
Yes, I will do that. And it can be customized however way. Some people say, okay, John, I'm going to give you 20,000 bushel to sell. It's in my bin. You know, I need X amount of cash flow in December, X in March.
Okay.
What you do with the rest, whatever. Some say, you know what, I got 400 acres of corn. I have X amount of storage on the farm. I'm gonna have to move X out of the field, take care of it. And so I do. And so that's something I do, side business, but obviously involves Cat's Grain. We started doing crop insurance about 8 years ago.
I did not know that.
And so crop insurance is directly connected to the Chicago Board of Trade because it uses the December futures in February. The average price in February is what you can actually insure. And then depending on what the price is in October determines whether or not you had a revenue loss. And so what was going on was years ago, producers are calling us wanting to know how their crop insurance is affected with large fluctuations in the market. And I said, I don't know. Well, instead of saying, no one ever wants to call someone and hear them say, I don't know. Yeah. So that is something that we almost refuse to say. You know, if we honestly don't know the answer, we're going to find it and we need to learn about it.
Yeah.
And so we just decided to get into it, and it's been a good deal because it creates more jobs like on our end. It's given us the opportunity to hire another couple individuals, but it also makes us more knowledgeable. When our customers call us, we can help them with that end of it too. And so that's something that we're excited to get into, and we've been doing it for 8 years now. Ray Lynn and I in the office are commodity brokers. So that's something aside from Cat's Grain. So if producers want to hedge, buy, sell, buy puts, calls.
We're going to talk about that a little bit after the break because, Alex, I want you to know we're having a test on all of this after the birthday show, okay? Because this is, I mean, you're saying stuff that I didn't know, number one, but there's the puts and calls I want to learn really quick about.
Sure.
Just really quick, any producer can just call you up and buy or sell grain through you?
Yes.
Do you do livestock as well?
So we don't buy physical cattle or hogs, but we do livestock risk protection insurance. And
so that's part of your insurance.
So
the crop
so producers can actually lock in a future price for hogs or cattle.
Okay.
Just like right now, for example, February hog futures are around $80 per hundredweight. Well, a carcass hog is about 210 pounds. So if you take 80 times 2.1, they're able to lock in $160 fat hog right now. Yeah. So actually, there is and this has been out for years, but the government actually just increased the subsidy on it. So it actually makes it pretty affordable. So the government subsidizes about 35% of this cost.
Of the cost of that insurance.
To lock in those prices.
Okay.
And so what you could do right now is lock in, say, $80 coverage price, and the premium on that, the cost would be, let's just say roughly $6 per hundredweight.
Okay.
So they're able to lock, if you take $6 off of 80, they're able to lock in a $74 floor.
Yep.
So take that times 2.1, they're able to lock in a $150 hog roughly. And anything below that, they're going to get an indemnity. They're going to get an indemnity. They're going to have a claim. So if the cash hog the cash hog price
goes to hell, then
if the lean hog index is say $60, then they're going to have a 80 minus 60. They're going to have a $20 per hundredweight indemnity, or a little over $40 a head, less what they paid. So if you say $10-12, they're going to have a $24 a head.
So that check is coming.
Claim.
Yeah.
Just like any insurance, they get an indemnity check. They get paid. So it's a great way for pork producers, cattle producers is very similar, to manage their risk. And you look at the other way. I mean, what if the cash index is $95, 90, and it can be. Then they pay their premium. There's no money up front. They would pay it at the end of the term in February, say, and they just, instead of selling their hogs for $80, they sold it for $90 or $95 or whatever. So they may have had to pay a $5 or $6 premium, but if they sell their cash for $10 to $15 higher, then it's a win-win.
Yeah, it's
So that's stuff that we do on the livestock side.
it's all about protecting.
Well, you need to manage the risk.
You got to have that bottom taken care of.
You need to manage your risk.
Yeah.
I mean, they have employees, they have people relying on them, growers, they're paying producers to raise hogs for them. I mean, you have got to manage your risk, and and you can do that either with buying puts or calls, selling futures on the Board of Trade, or if someone's not comfortable doing that, they can do this LRP, livestock risk protection. It's a much more, just people that aren't up for the volatility in the market. It's something maybe more suitable for them.
Understand. I have a feeling we should have had like 3 shows with you, John. Hey, let's take a break, Alex, so we can pay some bills, and we'll come back with John.
Since 1905, Kelowna Cooperative Technology Company has helped our community stay connected with the latest advancements in clear, dependable telecommunications services. KCTC provides rural Iowans with access to high-speed fiber internet, as well as phone, television, computer repair, and cybersecurity solutions. We're also proud supporters of local organizations and area schools within the community. KCTC, keeping Kelowna connected.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
It's not a question of what all you have and so on with your life. It's who is in your life and how much you care for them and how much they care for you. And Tammy definitely cares.
I met Tammy about 20 years ago when her daughter was in Special Olympics and I was coaching. Told me that she was into doing senior benefits. We became even closer friends. She cares about everybody, especially the seniors. So call her.
Hello and welcome back to Washington Live. I am your host, Tim Elliott. I am joined in the studio by a John Greiner, who's, while we've been off air, has just been schooling me about this sheet in front of me. So I want to spend another hour with you talking about that sometime, John. And also we have super producer Alex Snyder with us. We're also powered by KCTC, and I don't want to forget the importance of that. John, you have been a wealth of information here, but what I really want to know is what the hell is this lingo, this puts and calls and hedges, and what's this? What does all that mean?
So, for example, right now, actually the market has come down, and so no one's real excited about selling corn out of the field or whatever. And, some are holding on to some old crop, and the price in the last, 60 to 90 days has dropped at least $1 a bushel, which is significant.
And that's for corn.
The price of corn, yes.
Okay.
Now, let's just say you were sitting with some corn here on the farm, and the price has dropped $1. But you don't have any choice. You got to sell it, right?
Right.
So what you can do is you can call me up, say, John, I'm going to sell the rest of I got 5,000 bushel of corn still, which is roughly 5 loads. I'm going to get rid of it, sell it, but I want to re-own it. And I'd say, well, let's look at a December call. And because it's the producer's opinion right now that, with this hot, dry finish we're having, that the corn yields aren't going to be there.
It should drive the price up.
Should drive the price up. And so what we could do is I say, well, go ahead and sell your cash old crop for $5.50 here, and we can turn around and buy a $5 call on December. And so December futures right now are at $4.88. The price to buy a $5 call, meaning a call is the option to buy. A call is the option to buy. So that means anything over $5 on December futures is when they would make money. So, but what's that cost?
Yes.
Well, the cost for a $5 December call is 20 cents. So it might be a little less than that, but I'm going to use that as an easy number.
Easy numbers.
So they say, okay,
that guy really wants something over
so
520.
20 cents times 5,000 bushel will be $1,000. So they go ahead and sell their cash, and then they put $1,000 in their trade account, and I execute the trade. I buy a $5 December corn call. So that option will expire. I'm going to throw it's the last Friday in November. I think it's November 23rd or something like that. Okay. So on November 23rd, let's just say December futures are up at $5.50. Well, what would that call option be worth? Well, they bought a $5 strike price. So $5.50 minus $5 is 50 cents. So they would have their call option would be worth 50 cents.
Minus the cost.
They paid 20 for it, so they would have a true profit of 30
cents a bushel.
So if they sold their old crop for $5.50 and they made 30 cents on the call, essentially they sold it for $5.80.
All right, let's do the inverse really quick. What if it's under 5 and they don't want to exercise that option?
So if December futures are under $5 on expiration, then they just simply lose that 20 cents.
Okay.
So that's the most they can lose.
All right, there's call. What about a put?
So I would say, let's just say someone was sitting on what they feel is a very good crop, and there's some of that out there, and they're like, oh man, I got 240 bushel corn out here. I don't want it to go under $5. So what they might do is come out here and buy a $5 March put. The reason we're going to go out to March is because they have it in their mind they're going to sit on it, for 6-7 months. They just don't want the market to go down to $4, which is possible if South America gets off to a good start and they have a big crop, or maybe ours is bigger than we thought. So what they could do is the opposite. So instead of selling grain ahead, they would invest and buy a $5 put. So let's just say that's going to cost 25 cents a bushel. So anything below $5 March futures, they're protected because a put is the option to sell or be short at that price. So let's just say at the end of February, March futures are $4.20. Our crop was bigger than we thought. South America had a great growing season. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the price of their corn that they put in the bin is worth 80 cents less, but they bought a $5 put for 25 cents. So if the March futures are at $4.20 and he has a $5 strike, it's going to be worth 80 cents.
Right. Less his cost.
Less the 25 cents. So he at least made profit 55 cents, even though the market dropped 80. So at least that's a way for him to use a put to protect the downside.
Yeah.
If March futures are over $5, he'll lose his premium. Hopefully they're up more than 25 cents what he paid.
Yeah.
And, hopefully they're 80 cents higher. Well, if March futures are at $5.80, then he made 80 cents by not selling his cash, and he lost 25 on the put. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, making money.
Cash price is 55 cents higher. So
indeed,
that's how that works.
John, I just keep talking about it. Thanks for explaining that. One last question. Selling new crop and old crop, does it matter? I mean, corn's corn, isn't it?
Well, you
can sell last year's corn at new crop price, can't you?
Well, if you look right now, let's just use price at Brenneman Pork is at $5.46 for August delivery.
Yes.
In October, it's $4.57. So you definitely don't want to sell old crop corn in the bin in October. You're going to be taking almost $1 less.
So it does matter.
Very much so.
Okay. So October starts the new season.
Harvest will begin. You'll see like
We'll
the
see.
bid at Brenneman Pork, for example,
Yeah.
is $5.46 by September 8th.
Yep.
And then it drops about 80 cents. That's because, I hate to say it, we forecast harvest to probably be starting in there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it's just that simple. Yeah. When supply is at its highest, the price per bushel is worth less.
Yeah, indeed. John, thanks for all that information. Let's have a little bit of fun here now. It's awesome stuff. Sure. Awesome stuff. National Day. Today is, we have 2 national days we're going to talk about. National Banana Split Day.
There you go.
Alex, do you like banana splits?
I've never had one.
Oh, you've got to be kidding
An
me.
80s thing.
I'm not
Where
a
have you
banana.
been?
I'm not a banana person though.
Okay.
I
Well,
don't really like a banana.
all right. I can't fault you for that. Not everybody likes banana.
They go with ice cream.
It's and
Kind of like cherries. They go with ice cream too. And
whipped cream,
Yeah.
some syrup of some kind.
it's a good time.
Well, National Banana Split Day. How about this? It's National Whiskey Sour Day.
Never had a whiskey
Pick
sour.
your whiskey, I think.
It is Friday.
And it is Happy Friday. You've never had a whiskey?
No, I've never had a whiskey sour.
And you just got out of college.
Yeah.
Good for you.
John, I don't know. I think we might have enjoyed a whiskey of some kind together at some point
many things
in our life.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, happy both of those days to everybody. We're going to move along to the birthday game. Alex, take over.
So our first person is Tim Burton, the
Beetlejuice.
director. Yeah, Beetlejuice.
How do you know
Edward
that?
Scissorhands,
Beetlejuice, huh?
I think he
Charlie
was.
and the Chocolate Factory.
Yep. Yep. All right. Maybe I don't know about some of the things that you know about, Alex.
He's cinema.
All right, I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess him at 63.
65.
He is 65. You're right on.
Oh, wow.
John.
Watch out.
I'm down 2 love right now. I'm kind of on a winning streak, so now I'm gonna pick my game up. I'm glad I was in the close.
Yeah. Looks like a mugshot.
Next one is Billy Ray Cyrus.
Oh, wow. You keep
Billy.
Billy hard.
Billy Ray.
Well, let's see. 92 or 3 was when that song came out, and he had to have been at least 20. So how long is that? Shit, that's been 30 years ago. Dude's 50.
50?
52. 52.
Well, one or the other, John.
52.
Come on. All right. I'm going to say 56, just in case I could win a point.
62.
Can't
No
win
points.
a point. Huh?
No points
No
for
points.
anybody.
No points.
for anybody.
Wow.
62.
I can't.
I'll have to remember that. A little older than me.
We got another one.
I'm still down.
Gene
2.
Simmons.
From Kiss fame.
Yeah.
Do you know Kiss?
Yeah.
Oh, good job. Good job, Alex.
He's got to be 74.
Yeah, I think he's 78.
73. Oh, you're gonna.
By the way, John, we're playing for a trophy that doesn't exist. I just want to make sure.
pride. It's the
I'm
pride
going to
trophy.
keep saying that, Matt, until we get trophies back in here. If you're listening, Matt.
Last one. Maybe you can tie it up. Rachel Ray.
Oh, Lord. How many points? Oh, can I get 3 points for this?
Yeah.
And you've got 3,
I
right,
have
John?
no idea. I'm going to go 47.
Oh, she is no more than 43.
No points on this one. 54.
Rachel looks good for 5'4".
That's what I thought. I kept looking for more pictures because like, she's got to look older, but she just looks like that.
She just always looks like that. John, congratulations for winning the trophy that doesn't exist. If Matt ever
bring it
gets
back.
one, I will bring it to you because you should probably display it in
Bring it
Cat's
back.
Green.
Yep. I'll take it.
All right. Hey, thanks so much for being here again, John. Alex, thanks for all you do. Thank you for joining us. And if you ever want to advertise to be a part of this program, reach out to Julie or Matt here at the what the hell we call this
Southeast
place?
Iowa
Southeast
Union.
Iowa Union, and they'll help you get on. Until next time.